Hello, this is Rod Santomassimo, president and founder of the Massimo Group. And welcome to our session on the 7 deadly sins of prospecting. Yes, today we're going to share with you how to win business by avoiding these 7 deadly sins. While I'm not sure exactly why you attended today's session, it possibly could be that you're fearful that the next downturn will be more problematic because you don't have a full prospecting system that produces consistent opportunities. And maybe the process, the idea of prospecting itself for you is awkward and or cumbersome. Maybe the fact is that you need to know you need to prospect more, and most of us do, but you're not exactly sure how you have to go about doing that. What exactly should you be doing? Or maybe you're just tired of playing it safe and you're selling for just having a good business and producing on average consistently or below average and never hitting that goal that you set yourself in regards to production, in regards to overall commissions, fees, and the like. Well, my name is Rod Santomassimo, and I'm the founder and the president of the Massimo Group. We're North America's leading commercial real estate coaching organization. We work with independent workers such as brokers, agents, mortgage bankers, mortgage brokers, appraisers, engineers, and the like, in repositioning them to get the most out of their careers. I've also had some success in writing 2 books. The first was Brokers Who Dominate, and the second, Teams Built to Dominate. I've also created these Massimo methods that we use with our coaching clients that consistently position them to out-earn their peers by over 7x every single year. Now, I'm not sharing all of you to impress you, but to impress upon you that what I'm going to share with you today, these 7 deadly sins, as well as the approaches to combat those sins, is what we share with our coaching clients. So here's today's agenda. First, I'm going to share these 3 prospecting myths. There's a lot of misinformation out there, fake news, in regards to what prospecting is, how it works, why it doesn't work. Then I want to dive deep, and I mean deep, into these 7 deadly sins and help you understand how you can offset these sins and deflect these sins and get more production from your prospecting. And lastly, I want to share with you how to build your own prospecting playbook so you have a system that you can use every day of every week, of every month, of every year, so you consistently find more prospects. And in the bonus, I'm going to share some additional information in regards to how you can actually work with me personally in relation to building your prospecting playbook. So first, let's talk about prospecting, right? I get it. There's a fear of prospecting. The mere fact that you say, I got to pick up the phone, for some people, they just can't do it. They're chafe. They don't know what to say. They don't know who to call. There's an abundance of reasons, excuses really, why you may not prospect. I get it. It's frustrating. You're not getting the results you want to get, and you don't understand why. And therefore, it's demotivating, the idea of making more prospecting calls. Myth number 1, though, unfortunately, is you don't need to prospect. If you just rely on certain things and business will come to you, the days of prospecting is over. Now we have tweets, we have blogs, we have vlogs, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have all these other things, Instagram. So guess what? You no longer need to prospect. Sorry, that's a significant myth. Even the top prospects, or actually the top clients that we work with at the Massimo Group, those are making millions upon millions of dollars a year. Guess what? They prospect consistently each and every day. Second myth is dialing the phone doesn't work anymore. You can't get through, get voicemails, it's a waste of time. Yet statistics show the number 1 source for identifying new opportunities, without a doubt, and exponentially higher than anything else, is the phone. The phone remains the number 1 way you can go out and identify and capture new meetings with new prospects. And the third, of course, is I can rely on just my presence. I'm known in the marketplace. I have a great digital presence, social presence, physical presence, personal presence. I'm just known. People know me. Here's the problem. Having a presence will make you famous. Unfortunately, fame does not equate to wealth. It's all about prospecting to create the opportunities you want with the people you want to work with that truly creates the wealth. So we got to look at new ideas. We got to start differentiating yourself from your competition. There's a lot of things we need to do. And now we can start sharing with you some of these key ideas, what you can do to start winning the business you want to win. And to Massimo Group, I'll share with you again, it's all about applying these methodologies in your practice consistently to get the results you want to get. And that's why we're sharing with those you today. So let's talk about these 7 deadly sins. Number 1, no target market. No target market. If I was to ask you right now, who's your target market? More than likely, I'm going to get a macro answer. Anyone who leases space. Okay. Anyone who refinances the building of at least $2 million. Anyone who has an asset worth $5 million that may be considering selling. Those I hear a lot as far as target market. That's not a true target market. When we talk about target market, you have to understand who that person is, what motivates them, what messaging you can create around that target market. So, sin number 1, you don't have a target market. Your takeaway from this is simple. Identify exactly who you're going after this month. Yes, it can be a group. I'm going to be pursuing Class B law firms of at least 10,000 square feet that historically signed a minimum of 5-year deals, and specifically in the downtown marketplace. There you go. That's more of a target that I'm looking for, right? That's a target. Really, get as specific as you can regarding the target market. Okay, let's move to sin number 2. You're no different than your competition. Worst case scenario, you're viewed as a commodity. So what does that mean? It means you have no value. And to get more valuable, you have to increase your value. So how do you increase your value? Absolutely. Increase your skill set, increase through experience and transactions, increase through your knowledge, right? Increase through your habits. Think about what you're doing every day to differentiate yourself. How are you investing in yourself and in your practice? You chose this practice, so how come you're not making the most of it? Most folks are okay with just being just another broker. They're not specialists. They just have this lack of differentiation. They're a commodity. Takeaway for you, define how you're different than your competition and go beyond the obvious, because what you're thinking may not be true. Ask your clients how you're different than the competition. They should absolutely be able to share with you why they picked you, right? And then you can leverage that messaging on why the next prospect may want to pick you. Deadly sin number 3, you do not warm up. What do I mean by that? Well, think about anything you do. Well, from a physical nature, you may be stretching out or just, doing whatever you're doing, rotating your arms or legs, get ready for a run or a workout. I get that. I mean warm up. I mean practice. I mean getting ready for the calls. What are you doing? Are you prepared? Do you have your list in front of you every day? Do you know your target market? Do you know your messaging? Do you know what you're going to say? Do you have a cadence you're going to go through? Do you have goals you're going to hit? Are you set up for success, or are you just winging it? And you can't win it when you're winging it. It just won't happen. So takeaway number 3 for you today is, what is your warm-up? I want you to define your specific warm-up. How do you get ready for your calls? Sometimes you got to shift your mindset. Sometimes you got to move to an alter ego effect and just change your persona. Instead of being, Tammy Timid, you become Tammy the Tiger. Whatever it might be, what is your warm-up? Think about that. One of my favorite quotes that was shared with me was a Navy SEAL quote, and this is so true. We do not rise to the occasion. There's this theory, hey, I'll just rise to the occasion. When it comes up, I'll be ready. That's not how life works. We'll always fall to our highest level of preparation. You will always fall to your highest level of preparation. So the point is, you've got to prepare for your calls. You've got to prepare for your prospecting initiative. What are you doing to get that level of preparation as high as possible? So when the opportunity arises, you're ready and you will succeed. That brings us to deadly sin number 4. You are unprepared for the moment. You know you have to make prospecting calls, and you do not like prospecting calls. Regardless, you're not prepared. There's one thing to warm up and get in position. There's nothing to be actually prepared for that call. When you get a decision maker on the phone, what are you going to say to that decision maker to differentiate yourself and get them to start conversing with you? Think about that. What are you going to say? I love this quote as well, and this is that. Amateurs practice until they get it right. Think about that. Amateurs practice until they get it right, whereas professionals practice until they can't get it wrong. Think about that. Professionals, think of professional, think of the most successful commercial real estate professional you know. What makes them professional? Well, they know the market better than anybody else. They know the financial terms better than anybody else. They know their practice or the engineering, appraisal, mortgage, right, investments, leasing, property management. They know it better than anybody else because they practice and they practice and they practice. And here's the thing. I asked you to think about any commercial real estate professional that you know. I didn't ask you to think about any commercial real estate amateur that you know, right? And you, by nature of being in this industry, you should always strive to be a professional and therefore practice until you can't get it wrong. Let's go to deadly sin number 5, and that is not having a map. What's a map? A map means this. You know you're going to have a call, and you're hoping to have a conversation. Well, he who controls the conversation controls the call. How are you going to guide and navigate that call unless you have a map? A map can be a series of questions. A map can be a series of rebuttals. A map can be a series of challenges or deflection, depending on where that prospect is. What if the prospect says, no, not interested? What if they say, hey, send information? What if they say yes? Or if they say, hey, you got the wrong person, right? What do you do when these things happen? Do you have a map of how to keep that conversation going? And this is why this is so important. And I really want you to understand this one. Think about all the work you did to get to this point. You did your research. You hopefully crafted a very strong opening statement. You've crafted a target market. Heck, you might even crafted a prospecting or presence campaign and a marketing campaign around getting this call. And you finally got the decision maker on the phone. Don't take this for granted. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. You need a map. Takeaway from sin number 5, I want you to create a map. Think about all the calls you have had. Think about the most frequent obstacles or deflections you've been provided by your prospects and just list them out. I can almost self-assure you, it's not going to be more than 5 or 6 specific reasons they're not interested or won't take your call or saying no. Think about that. What are those obstacles? And then start crafting responses to these challenges. Be prepared for when those challenges come up. Have your map ready to go. Have it in front of you. They say this, I say that. They say that, I say this. And you keep on moving forward. You got to have a map. Deadly sin number 6. It's all about you. Hey, this is Rod. I'm calling because I want to set a meeting because I really want to talk to you about what I found out in the marketplace because I really think that I can. How many times did I say I in that opening statement? Here's the point. Your prospects don't care about you. In fact, you're interrupting your prospect every time you call, and then you call and you interrupt them with a story about you. They don't care about you. They just don't care about you. Your messaging is so important. And it must be focused on them. Let me give you an example and take all the politics out of this example. Some of you are going to cringe when you see this picture. Some of you are going to smile. Some of you are going to clap. It doesn't matter here. Take the politics out. Let's just focus on the message. Make America great again. Is that about Donald Trump, or what's that about? Well, that's about America. Who can't get behind America? Again, take the politics out of the equation. Now, let's compare that to another slogan. I'm with her. I'm with her. Who's that about? That campaign was about Hillary. Again, I don't care if you love her, if you don't like her, it doesn't matter to me. You're missing the point if you think about it politically. Think about the message, right? What's this message about? And this is what happens when you get the wrong message, right? Different campaigns, different results. Now, yeah, this is meant to be a little funny. I get that. And I'm not mocking Mrs. Clinton or praising Mr. Trump. That's not the point. What I'm praising is the message, the message. And I'm really trying to minimize is the message that Hillary used, Mrs. Clinton used over Donald Trump. One was about the audience, one was about themselves. What is your message? What is your message with your clients? When you call and you talk and you give your pitch, the takeaway from this sin about it's all about you, is I need you to do this. Write out your opening statement. Is it about you or is it about your prospect? Is the value proposition something that your prospect can get behind and say, yeah, I want to talk to you. It's all about me. Or is it all about you where they're saying, hey, you know what, buddy? You're interrupting me and you're bringing no value. Think about it. Who would you rather be in this case, right? Think about it. Okay, that takes us to deadly sin number 7. Deadly sin number 7. You don't create a system. Guess what? Prospecting is not just picking up the phone and making calls. Not at all. Prospecting is systematic. It's programmatic. It's campaign oriented. Today's prospecting approach mandates you have a system that you can apply consistently and uniformly across the board to take all the guesswork out, to make it more efficient, for you to secure more meetings. That's what it means. So this is a pretty complex one. What I want you to do on this takeaway is outline what is your system? What does that look like? What do you do before a call? What do you do after a call? How do you make sure you have a campaign all around securing that client, right? That's what it's about. You need a system. So take a minute now and recognize, what is my system? Is it consistently applied? And is it something I can efficiently use throughout my practice? So the point is this: you can avoid the 7 deadly sins yourself. You can absolutely do it, and you can build the business you want today. You also can achieve similar results like our Massimo Group clients that we coach. They implement a system every day. They consistently find higher and new opportunities to fill their pipelines. You can prospect with confidence. Imagine that, prospecting with confidence and clarity. And yes, to a certain points, a calmness around you have the right approach and the right support to win more opportunities. The only difference between our Massimo members and you is this: they've made a decision that you have not. And that decision they made is that they're no longer satisfied with merely having an average or good business. They knew they had more in the tank. They knew they could get better. But the thing is, they decided to do something about it. They decided to stop playing it safe. And yes, they decided to become more valuable. They decided not to be a commodity. They decided to invest in themselves, which is their greatest asset. They recognize that no client will ever make more money for them than themselves. And the return on investing in themselves is exponential. And the point is, you can too. So now I know you have the obvious question. Hey, how can I implement these concepts, these approaches that you said, and get the system into my business as quickly as possible? A couple things here. You can certainly keep doing what you've always been doing and hope for better results. Or potentially, you're satisfied where you are. And if you're satisfied where you are, congratulations, that's great. Be satisfied where you are. But if you know you can do better, then let's talk. You can take the principles we shared in this webinar and absolutely you can implement them on your own. I gave you 7 specific action steps you can take right now to have more efficient prospecting during today's call. The faster and easier way, though, is you can do it through a program that produces proven results again and again and again. I would now like to share with you an opportunity to work with me and our certified Massimo coaches in November of this year at our next live event, which is called, appropriately, CRE Ready 2020. Let me tell you about the playbook and what you can expect during the 2 days with us. First, the playbook will help you define your ideal client. And together, we're going to create messaging that attracts these clients. So you'll know exactly what to say and get this, who to call every single day for the next year. We're going to completely take the guesswork out of your prospecting. Get the frustration gone. That emotional energy that you're wasting today, let that be gone as well. Second, we're going to talk about the blueprint. Now, the blueprint, what we're going to do here is we're going to download what's in your brain into a usable format so we craft it into a message and, more importantly, a highly attractive value proposition for the ideal clients you want to work with. We're going to use our proprietary Massimo tools to plan out your prospecting machine so when you go home, you're going to hit the ground running. And yes, together, you're going to gain clarity on what you need to do, what you need to put in place so no time is wasted when you get home. And lastly, we're going to build the playbook. During this playbook, you're going to build it with me and our certified coaches. This will fill in your pipeline with the opportunities you want. You can look forward to prospecting from now on with confidence. And yes, have the clarity and the calmness you need during your calls. And no doubt about it, you're going to have more time to first search for the higher quality prospects that you want to work with. So here's an example of one of our most recent live events. This one happened to be at Duke University, and like all our live events, this one was sold out with mid-career and seasoned professionals who want to improve their practice, who know they need to do something and are making a decision to do something about it. So what's going to happen at CRE Ready 2020? First and foremost, you get a chance to work with me. And I only work with one client in the entire world. The Massimo Group has hundreds of clients today, knock on wood, very fortunate, and I only work with one. But in these cases, there are live events. I'm going to work with you to assist you in understanding the playbook format. So here's an example of someone that went to one of our live events. And here it is. We're going to take you out of your comfort level. We are. We're going to get you involved in building your business and not just focusing on transactions. Significant difference for top producers. And as Brandon says here, the information gained is invaluable and worth your commitment. Also, while I present these ideas, our coaches, our certified Massimo coaches, are going to assist you individually in groups to help you move forward and implement these exact ideas. Now, here's a picture of some of our coaches. This one was in Dallas at the Four Seasons Hotel. Yes, everything we do is high-end. At the Four Seasons Hotel, this one was sold out. This one had 85 participants. This was last November. This is an example of how our coaches are interacting and working with our clients. And you see there, the clients working on their playbooks, their prospecting playbooks, those attendees. So we'll break out into these small networking sessions. And yeah, you get a chance to meet some of our highest producing Massimo members. We're actually going to have panels of our highest producing members sharing with you exactly what they do to continually, consistently produce at the level they do and how they prospect. And by the way, this will be an exclusive event. This time, we're only allowing up to 100 people, no more. So there's an opportunity here for you to be one of only 100 people in the world to join us for our one event, our one major 2-day event in 2019 in November in Orlando. Here's another attendee to one of our live sessions. Look, he says, if you want to grow your business, this is Jerry Kephart, if you want to grow your business, you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not come to the Massimo immersion. We call it immersions because we immerse you with our proprietary coaching methodologies. By the way, here's more good news. If you want to come and you're one of the first 50 people to sign up, guess what? We're going to pay for your hotel rooms. That's right. That's the bonus. That's the bonus surprise I promised you. If you want to come to our 2-day live event, we're going to pay for 2 nights of your hotel rooms at this resort. Now think about it. This is mid-November. This is the slowest time of the year for the theme parks all year long. Heck, bring your family. Let them go to the theme parks for 2 days while you improve your business and become more valuable. And the next 2 days, guess what? Join them. Join them Friday night and Saturday and Sunday and go to the parks with them. What a great way to celebrate your growth as well as prepare for 2020 at the least traffic time ever for the year in Orlando. This is the time to go. And guess what? We're going to pay for your rooms if you're one of the first 50 people to sign up. This is the last piece of social proof that I'll share with you. Mr. Dan Casey, who's a CCIM, and yes, he's now become a client of ours. He's sharing with you that we're going to give you the playbook. We're going to explain the science and art of prospecting. We will. And that this investment is worth every penny. And he enthusiastically recommends it every chance he gets. So let's talk about what you get. First, you get 2 live days of coaching and instruction with both me and our Massimo clients. Any days with me in itself is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. That's what it is. In this case, you get me and all our coaches for 2 days. That's a $10,000 value at pure minimum. You'll get 2 of our proprietary Massimo prospecting modules. You're going to get the exact content we give to our clients, our one-on-one coaching clients, our elite clients. We're going to give you that content and 2 modules. That's generally provided to them over several months. We're going to give you within 2 days, and you're going to get that. That's about $7,500 value. We're also going to share some of our presence module material. Presence is all about building marketing support material around your prospecting campaign, therefore making it easier to prospect. That in itself is a $2,500 value. And then we have a Massimo prospecting toolbox, and that value of all the tools we're going to provide is around $1,500. Oh yes, don't forget, if you're the first 50, this says 30. I guess we only have 30 seats left now from that 3 seats. If you want the next 30 to sign up, you'll get that $500 value of the free hotel nights. The total value, the total worth of this event with everything we give based on how we currently structure our fees with our coaching clients, it's around $22,000. That's what you're going to get in the 2 days with us. So here's the kicker. You only are going to have to pay $2,997. Let's call it $3,000. And we're going to include your hotel rooms if you're the first next 30 to register for this event. Think about the value to you, how you're also going to increase your value. This is not a cost. This is an investment which will pay you back dividends again and again and again for years on end when you apply the playbook, the customized playbook that you will build during your time with me and our Massimo coaches. Now, if all attending this event did for you was significantly increase your deal flow, would that be worth it? If it just gave you the confidence to go out and find the business that you want, would that be worth it? If it just gave you a kick in the pants to finally start systematically prospecting, would that be worth it? Think about it. Think about all the things you're going to get. Yes, the feature sets, the coaching modules, no doubt about it, but more importantly, the confidence and clarity and vision and plan and system you will get by attending CRE Ready 2020. So what's your next step? You need to go to CREReady2020.com. Now, by the way, this picture, was at the Dallas event, and you see everyone here is mid-career to seasoned veterans. And I need to share that with you. This is not an event for new to business agents, brokers, engineers, appraisers. You're not. If you are less than 3 years in the business, this is not the event for you. However, preferably 7, but if you're 5 or more years in the business, this is an event that will change the trajectory of your business. This is the one commercial real estate event you're going to want to attend. Now, you may say, hey, I'm too busy to travel. Well, it's November, mid-November. I get it. You're getting ready maybe for some travel plans. You're getting ready for closing some deals. I understand that. Here's the point. If you don't take the time out to really look back, step back, and build your business will always be the same, but you're growing absolutely nowhere. It costs too much. I get that. Some might say it costs too much. Well, if you're mid-career or a seasoned veteran, a $3,000 investment should never be too much to improve and grow your business. This is an investment. If you're new to the business, I understand you may say that, but again, this is not for new to business individuals, and therefore it costs too much is simply not a reason to attend. But here's what you need to do. You need to go to www.creready2020.com, and on there will be a way to register and for the event. By the way, we also have a payment plan spread out between now and the event where you can pay for it monthly to reduce the payments. And one more thing, really important. If you have a team of 4 or more, there's special pricing for teams. If you have a team of 4 or more who wants to attend the event, absolutely contact us at info@massimo-group.com, and we have special pricing for teams of 4 or more. Again, please visit www.creready2020.com. Think about what we shared today. Think about those 7 deadly sins. Think about the action steps I gave you to deflect those sins and make sure they do not happen with you and your prospect initiatives. And then think about how you're going to apply all that. And maybe, just maybe, is there a better way, a more effective way, a way to make sure that you're getting in position to make sure 2020 is your best CRE year yet. Best to you and your continued success. Move forward. And I hope to see some of you at our live event in November in Orlando. Until next time, this is Rod Santomassimo with the Massimo Group.